What is going on, athletes? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I want to talk about something that almost every athlete does without thinking, and something that holds a lot of power over you and you might not even realize how much power it actually holds over you. And I'm talking about that little screen in your hands. I'm talking about your phone. So in today's video I really want to dive into why this phone can be so bad for your recovery, why it can be so bad for your performance, and I will give you guys some tips and tricks on how to actually go about these problems and make sure that it doesn't stop you from performing at your best. Okay, so one of the biggest problems obviously with using your phone, and especially of the blue light of the screen, on your sleep. So if we have too much blue light exposure, this will actually slow down the production in our body of melatonin, which is the sleep hormone which we need to actually have quality sleep. So therefore, using our phone right before bed will actually have such a negative impact that even 30 minutes after using it, we're still not able to produce enough melatonin to have this deep sleep that we need to recover and make sure that we're ready for the next day. Now, this deep sleep for athletes is so important because this is where you recover, this is where you repair your muscles, where you actually make these neuron connections in your brain, which will develop into new skills. So if you work out every single day, you have skill sessions, and then you go to bed and you actually just scroll on your phone brainless right before bed, you are limiting yourself in actually letting your brain recover and making these new neural connections skill wise, but obviously also your muscles and everything else in your body. So with that being said, even if you do scroll, you're also setting yourself up for failure for the next day. You're at a higher risk of injury, your reaction time will be slower, and you just won't be as recovered from the previous day. Now let's talk about the second thing that this little screen does, and that is focus. I know for myself, I've experienced it with athletes, and that is the attention span of athletes. Studies have shown that using your phone heavily will actually result in a lot of mental fatigue, but it will also shorten your attention span. Your brain is so used to switching from video to video and from task to task within seconds that it's really hard for some athletes to stay focused on things like a game plan, but also stay focused in training and workouts, whatever it might be. So therefore, you're actually teaching your brain to have new stimuli every single second, that you're limiting yourself in your attention span. And let's be honest, your attention span is key. No matter what sport you play, you need to be able to mentally focus on the given task, which is your sport. So with that being said, also in terms of focus, you're setting yourself up for failure. Focus, reaction time, it will all go to shit. Now, I know that I already spoke about sleep, and it's obvious that your phone will also limit your physical recovery. Now, why does it limit your physical recovery? Well, one of the big reasons why it does is because it keeps your body and it keeps your mind in a higher stressed baseline level. So you will all the time be in this fight or flight nervous system state where your body is actually expecting things to come in and out, stimuli to come in and out, because you're scrolling through social media. So with that being said, you will have higher baseline cortisol levels. You will set yourself up for slower recovery, and all it does is really slow down all the processes within your body because you're scrolling for hours every single day. And lastly, you're also limiting your own learning ability as a human being in general, which is obviously so important for an athlete. Athletes heavily depend on neuroplasticity, which is basically the ability of your brain to bounce back, learn new skills, and actually adapt to the stimulus it's being given. So with that being said, if you're trying to refine a certain skill, if you're trying to sharpen your jump shot or learn a golf swing, you're limiting that ability heavily by being glued on your phone. So therefore, it's not just your sleep, it's not just how your body repairs and recovers, it's not just your attention span, but it's also your ability to learn. So in conclusion, all these things that are so crucial for athletes and what actually helps an athlete become better are being limited by your phone. Now, one of the things that I really like to do is I like to have a limit on my phone, how much I can be on social media every single day. Obviously, if you guys are spending 5 hours every single day on social media, it's unrealistic to go from 5 to 0. Just try to build it down a little bit. I'm not saying that you can't be on social media, but just try to limit it and try to be aware of these things. Lastly, try to really limit your phone time before you go to bed. I like to personally shut my phone off about 45 minutes before I go to bed. I know that this sounds hard and it sounds unrealistic, but it is something that has such a big impact on your performance and your sleep, like I just spoke about. So in that sense, try to put your phone off, try to keep it away from your bedroom, and your ability to perform will thank you. I'll see you guys in the next video.